Okay, let's talk about Washington foreclosure statistics. Okay? So this is what I was saying. You're seeing the notice of trustee sales. Okay? They're down. They're down 37.2%. Okay, versus the prior year. What that means is that less people are receiving the notice from the bank that says, hey, I'm going to foreclose. Interesting thing though, is all of this really started to happen. You saw a major decrease starting in about October. And in October is when the robo-signing debacle, scandal, however you want to call it, started happening. That's where people said we're having problems with the paperwork. So they started checking into their foreclosure process. So my personal opinion is this notice of trustee sale thing that we're seeing right here is artificial. This isn't actually a drop in the notice of trustee sales. This is showing banks redoing their paperwork, checking out what's going on. Also, the other thing that you're seeing too is this is most likely them trying to do more workout options such as loan mods and short sales. It doesn't mean the overall level of distressed properties has decreased though. And then Realty Track supported that on a national level too. Because the exact same thing happened on a national level, and they basically had the exact same conclusion. They say they believe this is just in banks checking into their foreclosure processes, making sure that they're working correctly, and then looking for alternative methods instead of just foreclosure.
Are there any statistics on just outright defaults?
That's coming. Okay, so foreclosure outcomes. Let's put it right there in the middle. So foreclosure outcomes in the state of Washington. Once again, you're seeing a higher level of cancellations. So cancellations have decreased by a lower level of cancellations.
What's a cancellation?
A cancellation is your notice of trustee sale is scheduled for August 15th. I'm going to cancel it.
No, postpone it.
That is a postponement, yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Back to the bank, we've seen an increase over the prior year of 19.27%. In other words, REO or bank-owned inventory is up by 20%. Sold to a third party, this is when someone actually buys it at the auction steps, is up by almost 8%. So more people are buying at auction, more properties are reverting back to the bank. And what's really interesting is when you look at the actual numbers, I mean, this is 1,200 properties in the month of June, 1,500 properties in the month of May. Okay?
And that's Washington State?
This is the state. Now here's where we get into the inventory. So inventory, the amount scheduled for sale. Once again, this goes back to the notice of trustee sale. It's trending down too, 23.6%. But bank owned for the whole state is up by almost 50%, 48.87%. There are currently 11,746 properties in inventory. Not all of those are on the market. That is the shadow inventory.
What do you think bank REO inventory is on the market right now? For sale.
I didn't look. Let's find that out right now.
Well, what do you think? 4,000, 5, 6?
No, let's just actually hold on. Let's go through Snohomish, and then we'll look for our county specifically. Okay, so just going into Snohomish. Okay, Snohomish County, exact same notice of trustee sale trend, downward direction, but really, see how this is October and you saw that dip after October? Notice of trustee sales down 40.79%. Oops, wrong way. Foreclosure outcomes in Snohomish County, cancellations down 14.4%. REO inventory up by 55.26%. Holy cow, we are outpacing the overall state. With the amount sold to a third party actually decreasing by almost 30%. Maybe people in Snohomish County don't have money to go to the auction anymore, I don't know. Moral of the story, last month In June, 236 properties reverted back to the lien holder to become an REO property. The month before that, we saw 272. The month before that, we saw 339. So if you just kind of go and guess here in the middle, let's just call it somewhere around 210. Okay, so approximately 210 properties every month right now are reverting to the lien holder. Foreclosure inventories. Once again, you're noticing the same trend in the scheduled for sale, down 16.21%, with bank-owned inventory up 71.58, almost 72%.
So that's just lengthening out our months of inventory. I mean, it's just,
This is shadow inventory.
right.
We're going to figure it out right now. So in June, there were 23.61 total bank-owned properties. I'm going to go into the MLS. NWMLS 38032. Okay. So this isn't a perfect calculation, but you'll get the idea. Just going to go into the cross property. We're just going to do active for right now. We're going to go into the county. We're going to put Snohomish County. And we're going to come down here. And oops. Where's my little bank owned button?
Right there. Third party, third party, you know that.
No, that's the short sale one. Ah, there it is. Bank owned. Okay, so there's currently 711 active properties.
So 1/3.
So, let's go to our magical calculator here. Programs, accessories. Oh, where'd the calculator go?
I got one.
You got one?
Yeah, it's gonna be some numbers.
Okay. So,
711.
yes. 711,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm sorry, the other way around. It is
23.
2361
Mm-hmm.
divided by 711
Mm-hmm.
divided by 0.41.
8.099.
Okay, 8.1 months worth of shadow inventory is not on the market right now. And the reason I said 0.41 is last month, bank-owned properties made up like 39%. So I just estimated slightly higher, and I said 41%.
Okay.
Because in a single month, bank-owned properties couldn't represent 100% of the sales, because there has to be some traditional, there has to be some new construction, there has to be some short sale. Okay? And the prior month it was about 38%. So I mean, if we wanted to follow that, let's do that calculation. Go to 2361 divided by 711 divided by 0.39.
8.51.
Yeah, 8.51, so it doesn't change it much. So you could call it 8 to 8.5 months worth of shadow inventory, which is bank-owned properties that are owned by the lien holders that are not on the market today. Kind of interesting.
So you got that calculation because I don't get how you did that calculation because you had 711
Yes.
off of active properties on the MLS.
Yes, correct. If there's 711, but there's 2,361, where'd the rest of them go? And so what we did was we said 700 of these are active. Okay.
Yeah.
We divided that into the total.
Would you subtract it from the total though?
No, because you're looking for months of supply.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, actually, to determine your months, you find out your solds at bank owned.
correct. Correct. If we do it with the solds of bank owned, it would actually probably be less. But the reason what I instead of taking the actual pendings,
Right.
I said assuming that's 39 to 41% of the market.
How many are they putting on everyone?
Exactly. I just assumed that because in May it was those numbers.
I gotcha.
Any other thoughts?
No.
It's going down, down, down.
That's
Moving all over.
sell some more houses.
Yeah, I mean, sell some more houses. The beauty of this is buyers can get smoking deals. Interest rates are at an all-time low. Investors can cash flow if they can get financed. Okay? Conversely, on the seller side, if you are moving up, there's not a better time to do it. You are selling your property at the lower price, and yeah, you're going to lose some, but the property you're moving into, because remember, talking about the median, is actually depreciated more than your $200,000 home. And the further they move up the ladder, the more money they can make over the long run. So if they're moving from a $300,000 house into a $500,000 or a $600,000 house, you're making a huge jump. The depreciation on that they took on the $300,000 house is way less than the one that happened to the more expensive home. Okay? Because all of us have seen them. We've seen them in the MLS where there is like a $700,000 house that used to be 1.2.
Conversely though, if you're trying to downsize,
If you're trying to downsize,
you're getting hammered.
you're getting hammered. However, you should actually do that now too. Think about it like this. If you're selling your $400,000 home and you're going to move into a $200,000 home, that $400,000 home is going to depreciate more than the $200,000 home you're going to buy. So, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, it's up to you. Would you like to give up more money here? Or should we just sell now, give up less money, and buy the home we're going to downsize into? Moral of the story, even with the market moving like this, it's a phenomenal time to buy and sell real estate. It's just unfortunate for the people who have purchased anything later than 2002.
And did put more than 50% down.
Yeah. Between 2002 and 2007, you've lost 41%. Easy. So if you didn't purchase prior to 2002 and you didn't put a significant down, you are upside down. Anything else?